Here. I'm here with Blasphemous. I'm here with Ron.
Nice to meet you.
Al. What's going on, guys? And you guys are from the Philadelphia area?
That's right, yeah.
Yep. And so you're playing tonight with Monstrosity.
Yeah. Yes. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so how long have you guys been together?
Been together since 2003, so 17 years now.
Wow, holy crap. And how many albums have you put out so far?
So far we've had 3 albums, and we're working on a 4th in the process of writing right now.
It's tough. I mean, so you guys are all from the Philadelphia area. So how did you guys meet? Have you been friends for a while, or?
Well, we've had a rotating lineup throughout the course of the years, and then we split up in 2013.
Right.
So went off for a couple years, and then around 2016 I wanted to get back into it, and so I started reaching out to people, and Hal was one of the people that reached out to, and it's been pretty much the same lineup for the past few years. So the most steadiest lineup that we've had, so we've been very happy with it.
Have you always been in the band as well?
No. So I moved up to the area in 2016, and I saw Ron had posted. I had posted on Philly Metal Forum's website at the time.
I got you.
And I was just looking to play in an extreme metal.
Right,
and then Ron hit me up, so I went out to practice with him and Steve and Josh, our guitarist and bassist.
Right.
And we jammed. We had a good time. We melded and just been jamming since.
And you're playing drums.
Yeah, guitar.
Guitar.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So yeah. So what about the drummer? Because that's always the hardest person to try to.
That was the last piece. Mark, he was the last piece that came into the lineup. But
right. Yeah.
He came in and learned everything pretty quick. So
he learned everything pretty quick, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he picked it up.
So I mean, so it's funny that you guys were saying how you broke up for a while, because I mean, a lot of bands have done that. I'm a little bit older myself. It's like, sometimes it's like you felt like you hit a wall or something, and then you take a couple years off, and you're like, you know what, I want to get back together and start jamming again and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. I went through a career change, so I was more focusing on that, and the other guys went on to do other things. So I wanted to start over fresh, brand new slate, and bring in the right type guys with the right mindset.
Are any of you original members? I guess you're the original.
I am the original member.
The original member.
Yes.
Wow, it's from 2003. So I'm taking because you're the singer.
Yes.
So you're probably at the very least writing the lyrics.
Yes, I'm writing all the lyrics.
You're writing all the lyrics, and the guitars. You guys come up with.
Yeah,
music?
me and Steve, we split kind of guitar duty. So.
Right. Yeah. And that's a good way to do it. And you probably come up with a couple riffs, pass it along to the drummer, and be like, see what you can come up with this.
Yeah.
Hal usually writes out the parts, writes out drum parts and stuff, and then Mark puts his own little spin on it.
Right. Yeah. That's a nice way to do it. So what's the what's the material you usually write about?
It all depends. I mean, it's very dark usually, so sometimes satanic, but I don't want to necessarily label it as that, because I don't want to speak for everybody in the band, but at the same time, it's all my emotion coming out.
Well, the name of the band is Blasphemous, which is it's a kick-ass name.
Thank you.
And so your genre of music, you would probably consider that as
black and death metal.
Black and death metal. So that's right up my alley. So this is gonna be kick-ass. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. I've heard some of your music online. I really liked it as well. And so all right. So when you're getting together with some new people, and you felt like it just gelled right away, have you ever had any issues with maybe ex-band members just not clicking, or someone being really pain in the ass?
I mean, that's why we had a revolving door of members, because there's issues with motivation and people not wanting to play live before. But it's like we all kind of click together with this lineup, and it works great. I mean, we all have careers and jobs and family. Some of us has families and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it makes it a little hard at times, but we all come to an agreement.
Well, that's what I really enjoy about this genre of music. I mean, because it has a shelf life. I mean, I don't know what you could attribute this to, but I mean, you see like pop music and maybe even like some rap, if that's what you want to call it nowadays. But I mean, some of the older rap bands, they're not really recognized anymore. Yeah. Meanwhile, you have a band like tonight, Monstrosity, headlining Saint Vitus, where we are right now in the green room. And you have bands like Obituary and Suffocation that have been around since the late 80s. Yeah. And they're still, they're attracting new, younger an audience. Yeah. And it doesn't matter if you're in your 30s, 40s, or 50s, as long as you're playing killer music, it really seems to resonate.
Yeah, and you got to feel it too, because it translates to everybody out there. If you're mailing it in, the audience is going to know what's going on.
Right.
They know you're not being 100% honest.
There's very few bands out there that write an album and then just tour off that their whole career. There are bands, but like you said, Obituary, Suffocation, they have their classic albums, but they've been putting out records all through the 90s, 2000s,
Yeah,
2010s,
absolutely.
and still out there touring and everything, and that's what keeps them relevant.
You know, I'm telling you. And then, why do you think it is that there's such an infatuation with someone having to be so young in the popular music scene, be it pop music or rap or whatever?
Yeah.
Probably relatability. If I had to guess, if they have a younger crowd, the younger people are going to relate to someone else their age, as opposed to,
An old geezer like myself.
Yeah, a teenager relating to a geezer or whatever. So I think that's probably one of the main things. Yeah.
But here's the thing. When I was younger, when I was, 15, 16, I'd always have like older, people I'd work with, maybe like in their 30s, but they always treated me like I was already an adult. I mean, I'm older. I'm in my 40s. So, I mean, I'd be smoking weed with them, and we'd be drinking with them. Even though it's a little bit different today, you can't really buy alcohol for people that are under 21. But
Yeah.
I mean, when me and you were young, man.
Yes.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think anyone, no matter what their age, can relate to someone. Because I mean, no matter what you are, being a kid, you're gonna do something stupid anyway. So
Might also be the lyrical topics too. They might get into, younger kids might get into some of the more pop music like that.
I
Whereas
got you. Yeah.
some of the people with different type mindsets might like some of the more lyrical topics that metal bands sing about, fantasy and
Right.
violence and things like that.
Or darker topics such as yourselves.
Yeah. So I think that might be another reason as well.
Wow. Yeah. So what else can we what can we look for you guys? So you're working on an album right now.
Yeah, we're working on writing right now, so we're going to take a little break after tonight, get pounding on this album, and hopefully later this year we can have something out, whether it's an EP or a full length. But
Something, at
there's
least.
plenty of ideas flowing, so.
At least something with at least 5 songs.
Yeah. Hopefully
Oh,
that's
that'd be
planned.
great.
Yep.
Yeah, I know that's so difficult sometimes too when you have, your own separate lives, like trying to get together into a studio. Where do you guys record? Well, you don't have to tell me where you record. Do you guys do your own recording, or do you pay? Do you go to a studio?
We did for the third full length for the band, the one I was on, Emerging Through Fire, our last one.
Okay.
We did it in our drummer's basement.
Oh.
He handled it all.
Oh, excellent.
And, but not sure where we're gonna do it. We might do it there. Might do it somewhere else. Still
Okay.
kind of up in the air.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. But that's great though. I mean, what saves you a couple bucks, but it's nice too because then you could really, you could possibly overanalyze it, like play it. But at least you
Yeah,
get the chance
yeah.
to play the song, like a song or two, in different settings, like in a couple different cars, a couple different home stereos.
Yeah.
Right.
Because whenever you go to like a recording studio, they got those kick-ass powered speakers on there. You're like, oh, this sounds great. You get home listening to, or someone's like shitty car stereo, like, this doesn't sound as good as it sounded in
Yeah.
the studio. And the next thing you know, you're paying. Yeah, go ahead. We got someone down here as well. We got a bunch of other bands playing tonight. Blasphemous,
Down by the grave.
False Prophet, and of course, that was Bound the Grave walking by, one of the members. So, all right, man. So we got that looking forward for from Blasphemous. And what else? Where can we find you guys?
You can find us on Facebook, all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So go on there, Blasphemous.
And that Blasphemous, BLA.
SPHEMOUS.
Yes, for the spelling impaired like myself. So,
Yes.
and so yeah, there you have it, man. Guys,
Thank you very
really
much.
Nice meeting. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys play in a
Pleasure.
couple
Thank
minutes.
you.
Matthews of Below, it's NYC Metal Scene. Yeah. All right, man.
All right.
Nice.
Sweet.
Thanks a lot.
That's fun, man.